Okay, factoring quadratics for three terms. So the equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is going to give you the two groupings right here. So the first step is to multiply the a and the c together. And then the second step is to find the factors. So to find the factors, you would do the x method, and then you do a times c, and you put that there, and then you put the b down here. And then right here and right here is where you put the two factors that when you multiply them together, it gives you that number, and when you add them, they give you that. And then for step 4, you group the first two terms and then the second two terms. And then step 5, you factor out the greatest common factor. And then for step 6, you undistribute. So for example 1, you multiply this and this together, which is going to give you negative 21. And then this is going to be b, so you bring that there. And the two factors are going to go right here. So for this case, since this is x, you get to skip a step. So you just put these and you just put them in. So that's going to be x minus 7, and then this is going to be x plus 3. And then, so for the second example, you draw the x and you multiply these two together. And that's going to give you 225, and then you put your b at the bottom, which is 30. And then the two factors that when you multiply them together give you 225, but when you add them, it's going to be 15 and 15. So for the next step, you basically put in the two 15s and you substitute them for the 30. So it's going to be 9x squared plus 15x plus 15x plus 25. And then you group them together. And then you pull out the greatest common factors in this first group. And the greatest common factor would be 3. So you draw a parenthesis. 3 times 3x. Oh, it's actually 3x right here. So 3x times 3x is going to give you 9x squared. And then 3x times what's going to give you 15x, and that's going to be 5. So then for this next step, you just do the same thing. You put out the greatest common factor, which is 5, which leaves you 3x inside. So when you multiply them both together, you get that. And then you're going to add 5 there, because 5 times 5 gives you 25. And then you're going to put these two together, which is 3x plus 5. And then you just bring these two down, which is also 3x plus 5. But since they're the same, you can write it one time like this, 3x plus 5, and then square. So for example 3, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to multiply those two and then draw your x, which you're going to get negative 60 when you multiply them. And then you bring the b to the bottom, which is negative 11. And the two factors when you multiply them together, and that's going to give you negative 60, but add